shoot, I said that you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs live. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That flash making a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the sea, you know that it's scorching. What's the man with king? No response to the saying, advance to the line, advance to the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said that you claim it.
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Said what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. And on this incredible Thursday, happy Thursday to everybody. This is the day before Fight Night Friday, before I yell out hammer, and you saw what Dr. Doom did. 2 fingers up. You might get stuck. But I want to give a shout out to my man, Eric Von Eric. Oh, that was kind of pause worthy. Yeah, pause. Eric Von Eric, what's good, my guy? Lieutenant Hawk, yeah, New York, we back at it again. Yo, this Sunday, I gotta go see Odyssey in IMAX. I gotta go make that happen. It gotta go be a thing. I'm gonna tell Wifey to get it ready, because we getting right back at that movie theater. Magnum Force, yo, what's good? Lamont Davis, that's right, Isaac Hayes. Legendary Intel, my guy. Are we ready for tomorrow? Hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know what it is. What's going on with Wolverine's face, though? What's happening to Wolverine's face, though? Who did that to my mans in them? Come on, man. Like, serious. Yo, it's the wildest. It's like he looks like back in the days prosthetic. That's crazy ill. Man, yo, listen. We got some stuff to talk about. Alana Pierce is snitching. Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. I wake up every day and I say, is this the day that they officially die? Is this the day they officially die? Can we find out if they die today? And, personally, I've been calling for their demise for a minute. And it's imminent. It's happening. But I'm going to get to what I want to talk about today. Now, we have a couple of things that I want to do. We're going to do it right. We're going to do it tight, pause. But we're going to make it happen. Now, I know, hold on. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I'm setting this up because there's a couple of things that I want to talk about. There's a couple of things. And I have them, and I'm making sure that they're in unison. So when we jump from topic to topic, it's just a flow. You understand? It's a flow. So I got that. Okay. Last one is Wolverine face. Yeah. Wolverine face. Yeah. So, all right. Yo, listen. So I told you guys how I feel about a couple of things, right? I told you guys, share it out. I told you guys how I feel about a couple of things. I really cannot wait for Token Fighting Souls. And tomorrow's the day that we all get a chance to put our hands on the situation. Now, Xbox has some wonderful news today, and we're going to talk about the wonderful news going on over at Xbox, where domination is just a step away. It's like inches away from actually being realized. And the wildest thing about that part when it comes to Xbox is all of this stuff was in play. It's just we're seeing dominoes falling once barriers was removed. Now, I did get a DM from a couple of people, and it was Matt Booty scented. Also, Xbox Frontline Fight Night shirts in stores. Go get that. Just hit the link. It's in the store. And the way they talking to me, there's a mutiny going on over at Xbox. You know what I haven't done in a while? I mean, I do it every night before I go to bed, but vitamin E revitalizes the lips. Then you just rub it in the bed, keep the bed nice and youthful. But they say like there's a mutiny going on over there. And majority of them are against his rhetoric. And then some of them pointed out to me, they was like, yo, King, not for nothing. Matt has been undermining people that are in positions of authority over him for a minute. And then they send me clips. And I was like, oh, snap. I never even noticed that. I never even looked at it like that. Because sometimes we be so caught up with the news and stuff. We don't really care about none of that politics that go on over there. I really don't care. And sometimes I'm not an investigative journalist, so I don't go around listening to gossip, and I'm not into spreading hearsay. So when I get messages, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's nice. But they're like, yo, here. This goes with that. And I'm like, oh, snap. And it's like, it's a sore thumb. I really believe that soon y'all going to hear something when it comes to him no longer being there. But Token Fighting Souls has the beta that goes tomorrow, right? And for a lot of us who purchased or pre-ordered the Big Shebang Give Me Everything edition, shout out to my man Hollywood Rules, we want to know what's going to be inside the DLC. Well, I ain't gonna lie. For a game that is niche as a fighting game, and is not going to be in every country, which is a travesty. It's not going to be on every console, which the absurdity in that ideology is moronic at best. The game has had one of the best reveals, rollouts to a release for a fighting game for me. It's like Arc System Works has a roadmap when it comes to this game in particular. And I think they can look over at Marvel Rivals and see how Marvel Rivals does it. Marvel Rivals does character reveals and battle passes and updates the best for me, for characters, introducing new characters. They just got Jubilee. And all right, so I would always equate Jubilee as to Wolverine's Robin, right? So you got Batman who got Robin, and you got Wolverine who got Jubilee. So when they introduced it, I was like, oh, I see what Marvel's doing. They're trying to get, his little character. And when Jubilee came over to Marvel Rivals, really good strategist. But this is what I'm talking about. This is from the PlayStation blog. And who did this? Takashi Yama. I'm not even going to destroy your last name, bro. I'm going to respect your last name. I'm just going to say Takashi-san. Phoenix Cyclops revealed as Marvel Token Fighting Souls Year 1 DLC character. Let's get into this because it's only 29 seconds and let's do it.
Listen to me. You will do nothing but reduce everyone to ash.
No,
Weapon.
I can control it for long enough to do what I have to. I will save mutant kind. The new Age of the Phoenix begins now.
So they got a couple of characters that is going to that Age of the Phoenix stuff. And it looks pretty decent. Again, I'm just absolutely stoked about this game, and I get a chance to play it tomorrow, where they have a character that, looks like how Logan is supposed to look outside of what we're getting with Wolverine from Sony and Insomniac games. So you see, Insomniac actually knows how to depict a pint-sized Wolverine. They actually know how to depict the claws that actually go the length of his forearms down to his hands. They know how to depict an outfit, but when it comes to them depicting it themselves outside of the 2D realm, something falls flat. This game for me, again, as I was waiting for Capcom to step up to the plate and released a fighting game, another versus. Hey, I'm gonna get it any way I can take it. Pause. I'm not gonna sit here and fight because Arc System Works decide that's what they want to do. 4-on-4. Let's get to it. Let's get to the part where good games is being made and by some of the best developers, regardless of the politics that's involved. I like the fact that the Marvel license is being spread around, that other companies are able to get a hold of these characters. Xbox, I'm looking to you. Where the hell is Blade? But Kevin Feige came out in San Diego Comic-Con and he told the truth. He's upset with himself because he didn't get that Blade movie off the damn ground, with so many rewrites and so many different directors leaving and showing back up. Marvel, get it right so that Xbox can actually release a Blade game. Arcane Studios, we don't know what's going on with them. They're being held up. You understand? So, and I really, listen, if Arcane Studios goes the way of the dinosaur, I'm going to blame everything on Disney when it comes to that. They were given an IP, they were giving an edict, and again, if you want to add it to the junket of the movie or the show or anything like that, and you can't, based upon you are being held up by another entity, well, then there you go. Because what you don't want to do is release a game and it falls flat based upon no brand recognition from the crowd now. That'd definitely be our crowd. Oh, Lieutenant Hawk, let's go. Hollywood Rules.
At Hollywood Rules donated $2 through Super Chat. Happy Thursday, General Salute.
Blessings. Facts. A lot of people don't understand the significance of the names of the week. It's wild to me. And then when I'm doing it, when I'm saying it, I'm exposing it. I'm going to be dropping gems here. Sometimes you may think that this is mindless console warring stuff. I'm going to be giving you information outside of gaming at all times. Now, I didn't know Alana Pierce was no longer working at Sony. I thought Alana Pierce was still working at Sony. And, when she got the job over at Sony Santa Monica, I'm like, yo, that's dope, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you come from this to get to that, to go to there. Make that happen, man. Make that be a thing. Anytime, any one of us that starts off in a different space, then moves and navigates to get to an ultimate position, oh, man, I'm just like, yo, do your thing. Because there's nothing better than being on the end of where you want it to be, like the inside. Iron Lords forever. When we started out as Channel 5, we always wanted to know what the industry was, like what's really going on. And be careful what you ask for. right? Be careful what you ask for because you're going to get it. And when you get it, if you earnestly want it, if you earnestly yearn for that thirst of knowledge. See, we never wanted to be famous, but what we wanted was access to understand the industry at a greater fundamental level and to interview people that we admired in the space and to learn their gaming history. That's the fundamental basis of what Iron Lords is. And to get our first media badges, to go to these shows, to talk to people. I was talking to Ed Boon before I even got media, and me and him was just kicking it. And to just kick it with somebody who was so influential in my gaming life, and he was so down to earth, and it just gave me the motivation to push on, to go further, to work harder, to be better. And I definitely appreciate the time that he took to have that conversation with me. And it stuck with me. It always stuck with me because he was a genuine person, because he could have just Hollywooded the hell out of me. So to see her in that space, I was super happy. Now to hear, and I'm pretty sure that she's disappointed with a couple of things. All right, this is brought to you by Push Square and Sammy Barker. Sony imposes the strictest ever social media guidelines on the staff due to the PlayStation 5 disc debacle. I understand when you make a faux pas. I understand what you do is you put a gag order on the team. Do I agree with it? You see, it's a tale of two companies. You got one company and we're going to get in there with Xbox with these ads, these free streaming stuff, and we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about that because that's huge. That's the topic. Wolverine face is one thing, strict media guidelines is another thing, but that free stuff that's a different beast. You have Xbox that openly talks and corrects and makes sure that you understand where they're going, and they always seem like they're in arm's reach of conversation to clarify some things. And PlayStation always feels like they're in some ivory tower, making it feel like they're greater than or holier than thou, and that you're peons and they need not answer to you because you don't know what you want. They know what you want. You don't know what you need. They know what you need. And in this case, I believe that it's pure laziness on their part because they don't want to do the heavy lifting when it comes to finding a solution that benefits both consumer and corporation. So they knew everyone would be pissed off with that news. And they went about it anyway. And listen, a lot of these corporations don't do this in a vacuum. It's like a little focus group that goes out first. How does this work? You get the emails. I get the emails. And the emails say, well, what would you think about this? Like I was getting emails about ads inside Xbox for a minute. And I guess how we answered it turned out to how we got it delivered. But according to ex-Santa Monica Studios employee Yolanda Pierce, Sony has imposed the strictest social media guidelines ever on its employees due to the PlayStation 5 disc debacle. Earlier this month, the manufacturer announced plans to cease manufacturing physical media in January 2028. This has created one of the biggest, largest running backlashes I've ever seen in almost 2 decades over at PlayStation, but the manufacturer has yet to say a word about it. And that's where we get to the tales of two companies. Xbox is a company that is trying to rebuild and repel and do so in a veil of transparency that tries to win back consumer faith. PlayStation feels that they're operating with so much cachet that they don't have to tell you what they're doing. And this reminds me of PlayStation 3's arrogance. The arrogance where they built it up with the PlayStation 1 and 2. And by the time they got to the PlayStation 3, they had language like, you needed another job in order to afford the PlayStation 3. Now, I know many of times I've told you that the PlayStation 3 was probably the greatest PlayStation that ever existed based upon the ability of it able to play PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games off the rip. And the medium that was available for it allowed it to be the best device that they manufactured. Also, the last device that Ken Karuji-san had engineered. That's because, according to the former God of War Luffy writer, you was part of that, huh? It predicted the backlash and has told the staff to keep their mouths shut. While Pierce explains the platform holding regular enforces these kinds of policies around new game announcements, i.e. and stuff like that, she also stresses that these are some of the most forceful guidelines the company has ever implemented. Sony already knew everybody would be pissed off. They knew this. People working with PlayStation first-party studios told me Sony had the strictest social media guidelines for this particular thing that they've ever issued. Sony does somewhat regularly tell employees what they can or can't say about certain things. I was under a lot of guidelines when I was working on God of War Luffy, and I still am. And they did send me a guidelines regarding what I could say on the day the game was announced. Wow. But in this instance, it's apparently the strictest employees the employees I spoke to has ever seen regarding public communications. They would only have done this if they knew it was going to be an enormous PR issue. This is no surprise to them. And with that language of it being no surprise to them, it's no surprise to me that there has been no answer, no walk back, no solution, nothing. Just a stone-walled, this is business as usual, and they will continue to show titles going forward. I don't know how y'all feel about it. I think a company should. I don't think that we're owed anything because they're not owed my money and I'm not owed their allegiance to being transparent. They just need to give me a product and I decide if I will consume. I feel that good faith on both sides, especially for long-standing customers, should have been some language around it. And I feel that they think that any language following it will just be completely dead on arrival. Now, speaking about dead on arrival, I want to get to this because I woke up to this. I woke up to you guys hitting my DMs, screaming to me, yo, King, your man, he looked like the Monkey King. They messed Wolverine up. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Just watch the movie. I'll watch. Let's see.
Logan, it's me. Wait.
Yo. His claws isn't that close together. How come that scratch was
Logan,
so tiny?
It's me. Wait.
She had a pre-scratch. Who did she get scratched by? Baby Wolverine?
Logan, you came back.
Oh! The face!
I've seen things from before.
Oh!
Humans and mutants can't survive together.
I've tried to keep them safe for so long.
Oh!
Fucking
overpriced.
Inside, now!
I thought you were back. We were back.
Yo, why Sabretooth look badass though?
We're gonna build a future for mutants.
Yo.
That is why you belong here.
ah! 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 Oh my God! Oh my God! Wukong Wolverine!
Legendary Intel donated $1.99 through Super Chat. Wukong Wolverine lol.
Oh my God! Oh, now yo, 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 he looks like something. He look, yo, that Monkey King. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man.
Tear the beast. The hunt is ready.
Most people I see clearly. But you.
Keep that mask on, baby.
Parsley donated $2
Oh, sorry,
through
my
Super
bad.
Chat. Not using Hugh Jackman is crazy work.
They couldn't use Hugh Jackman. They couldn't use Hugh Jackman. They couldn't use Hugh Jackman. Okay. The fact that, first of all, I can't stand Hugh Jackman. I ain't gonna hold you. Let me go back because your super chat came in there. All right. So they couldn't use Hugh Jackman. They had to find an original actor, this, that, and the third. The same way that they couldn't use Tom Holland when it came to Spider-Man, cost effectiveness and stuff like that. So we just, you can use a Spartacus actor, fine. My thing is make Logan iconic. Let me see. Oh man. You know what? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Move out the way, mama. Move out the way. Okay. So my Weapon X, I have a Weapon X Wolverine. Let me just zoom in real quick so y'all can see this. We can get back to this. My Weapon X Wolverine, this is the Wolverine face. Weapon X Wolverine. Okay, this is when he is out of the tank. All right. And he's wet still. Full mane here. Chops, pork chops is there. You can see that. Face is immaculate, right? Like let's get to that, right? Look at that. Look at the eyebrows. Wolverine is a feral guy. The mane, the hair has to be iconic. It has to be. It has to be iconic. That's why I hated Hugh Jackman. It has to be. It has to be iconic. You see when they did Sabretooth, how iconic Sabretooth hair is. These guys are like feral animals. Okay? So when you make these guys, like, let me show you the full screen. Oh, sorry. Days work. When you do these characters, this hair has to be wilder. Their testosterone levels are boosted extraordinarily, right? And that gives them their full head of hair regardless. He is fully realized as a feral animal. And his adamantium claws, his skeleton, is what holds it in place. right? Because with it removed, he can look like the Beast.
You.
Just give in!
For Omega Red itself, and for him to fight the hand, I'm down for him fighting the hand.
Just can't let a man rest in peace, can you?
Pretty much got the voice down pat, which is pretty cool. I'm not gonna bag on it too much. Again, this is what I'm talking about here. This is what I'm talking about here. And if you see the other one, he has the actual helmet on, and helmet lights up, and his claws is wet as he just came out of the tank, and he's like broken out of the tank. XM Studios Wolverine. I get the joke. It was absolutely funny. It is absolutely funny. I get it. It's hilarious. It's our moment with a Craig face, but this is the main character we got going on here. So a couple of people hit me. It's like, yeah, it's no big thing. He wears the mask majority of the game. Yada yada yada. I don't think so. I think for large portions of this game, you're going to have his face out. I think for large portions of this game, he's going to be Logan or James Howlett. I don't know how they're going to play the story. Right. So however they choose to play the story, there's going to be facial animations. There's going to be acting. They don't bring in a top-notch actor. And don't get me wrong, the guy that plays Spartacus is a top-notch actor. Right. There's no way you get this space. You're in the spaces that you are, and you can't. He does have acting chops. They could have went with anybody, but they went with him. So again, he's going to have his face out. There's going to be emotion. Now, I'm not going to say that they didn't depict him accurately, the actor. Yeah, but the Wolverine morphing him into Wolverine, it kind of hit and miss, on certain aspects. I got to play the game to see more of it. Did it distract me from actually buying the game? Absolutely not. I would buy the game regardless, because I am that much of a junkie when it comes to my comic book icons being depicted in any form. And speaking of comic book icons being depicted in any form, I don't know how you guys feel about this. Now, for a long time, I wanted Injustice 3. Forever, I was looking forward to Injustice 3. And it seems like that road will never get crossed. Because Warner Brothers and in the limbo that they're in. So, Injustice 1, Injustice 2, all the DLC characters, everything. I played that game so much. It was such a bonding moment with me and my kids. Me and my son would play. Even my daughters would play. I get a hold of Lobo. I drag your ass into space, boom, bang. Or get Superman and just be acting up. Or Supergirl. It's just, we were having fun with those titles, and I love the engine that it was running on. But now, Warner Brothers decided to bless us with what they think that we need. Well, here we go, guys. This is Warner Brothers' take on what they think the King actually wants. Yo, Now, everything that I hear so far, that thing is a whatchamacallit game, is a mobile game, right? From everything that I heard, that's a mobile game. It looks dope. What if they can do like they did Invincible, right? I think Invincible was really good. I think Invincible captured the TV show. I think Invincible, the game, Invincible Versus, is done really well when it came to depicting from the screen to the controller, right? What if they actually can get it to that level? If they can give some like level breakdowns, like you could punch somebody, like in like Guilty Gear Strife, you could punch them through the wall, and just jazz it up a little bit more. Just add a little bit more to it, because it looks like a mobile phone tablet type of game, and the combos look nice. I like jumping in and out with different characters. I like that. That's a good aspect to me. I love the tag team fighting games, especially when it's 2D. I love the combo explosion type of combos where you do one super, then it leads into the next super, and then they culminate into like one big giant super. So that actually works for me. I just want to see more of it, and I don't want that to be the finished product. So, dudes is like, you're not gonna get Infamous Gods Among Us. You're not gonna get a part 3. So I'm just like, I wish, but again, you got to take what you can get, and you can just work on it. Now, how many of you guys got Halo? How many of you guys got the pre-order? Today is Halo Day, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, of course. I can't walk out here without taking the strays from the dudes. I haven't even been on Twitter today. Today has been such a messed up day, right? You ever get up in a day where you're trying to be the most positive that you could possibly be, and you're trying to focus and put yesterday behind you and trying to move forward, but your day has been trying to be dragged down to hell? And you're just like, nah, I'm just going to fight it. Well, did do the workout, did get everything done. I already finished eating my meal for the day. I'm done. My duck eggs and my sardines, it's over. I'm going to drink some coconut water with a little bit of lemon, some sea salt, take my ass to sleep after this. Finish this day off and go off into La La Land to get up for Fight Night Friday. But Halo launches today. And of course, today is going to be a piss poor day for those people who actually care about the franchise going over to the PlayStation. Piss poor day for us. But for those individuals that don't give a damn, I want to know, how is it working out for you? Did you get a chance to play? What is your idea of it? My idea of it is this. I have Halo Master Chief, Halo Anniversary Master Chief Collection. I have that, I have the whole thing. And I played Halo from the beginning. I played the remake. I played all that stupid stuff. I played every iteration of this game from beginning to end on damn near every levels, co-ops, and just whatever. So now playing the game in Unreal Engine 5. There's some pluses and there's some absolute minuses. Do I feel that Halo Anniversary Collection is a better product? Absolutely, from top to bottom. It has way more to it. But then you're looking at Campaign Evolved. Campaign Evolved was never made for me. Campaign Evolved was made for you guys who never played Halo, or you guys who want to see Halo with that Unreal Engine 5 glow up, or the people that want to play the early missions. Now, I completed all the early missions. I didn't finish Halo Campaign Evolved yet. I'm like in the middle of it, playing it, and I don't really have any feel or need to go back and finish it, but I have to, based upon the fact that the review copy was given to me by Xbox. So I want to give a shout out to Microsoft and Xbox, and thank you so much for giving me the copy to review. My review on it is this. I give the game a 90. And I'm going to say, damn, King, was that harsh conversation that you have with it? Because I give it a 90. I'm taking 10 points off based upon the fact that it's not made for me. But I do appreciate the early missions. And I get it. I get why you're doing it. You want the Halo team to get well versed with Unreal Engine 5. All right, great. But then you also want to introduce Master Chief to a fan base who's never had it. And I'm not talking about the PlayStation. I'm talking about the new guy who just got his Xbox and wants to play Halo. That person. That's who this is for. All right. So, and then them other guys over there, that's the last time they're going to get a chance to eat at the table. But there's been some issues today, right? There's been some issues. Now, some people are telling me that they had some issues. And this is brought to you by Pure Xbox and my man, Frazier Gilbert. The official KNN news reporter, whether he knows it or not, let him know the King likes his work. This issue should be resolved. The premium upgrade seemingly fixed for Campaign Evolve. It launched with problems across PC and Xbox. It looks like we got a permanent fix. Halo's Brian Jarrett has confirmed that the issue should now be resolved across both Xbox consoles and the Xbox app for the PC. For players who have been unable to access Halo Campaign Evolve with the Premium Edition upgrade, we're getting reports that this issue should be resolved. You might need to clear your cache, Xbox hold power for 10 seconds, then restart. PC, hit Windows, and reset. All right, so anybody that had a problem playing it, please let me know. That way I can pass that news on. But this is the time that we have to do this because, again, if you're on the fence, maybe this gets you over the fence to actually try it. And if you didn't try it and you're trying to figure out, should you buy it? I'm going to tell you this. If you've never played Halo, go get it. If you've never played it, go get it. If you played Halo once or twice in the past and you actually liked it, the extra scenes is worth it. It's worth that part. But let's get to this. This is where we got a chance to look at it.
I want everyone at their stations.
Everyone, sir?
Everyone. Whoever controls Halo controls the fate of the universe.
Oh, you greenhorns who wanted to see Covenant up close.
We're coming in too fast.
This is gonna be your lucky day.
You can't say it don't look good.
Ready for our dramatic entrance? Let's move.
Those are the new missions. That's the missions I was playing. I finished all of those. The space flying missions,
Hold
dope.
your fire, my children. Are you not impressed with our work here?
Now, I didn't get a chance to do that. I did change my Spartan though. Hey, yo.
Let's give our old friends a warm welcome.
So, you know, if you didn't get a chance to get it, if it's something that's on your radar, I say go check it out. I say go make it happen. Doing only campaign was a stupid move. They weren't going to do what everybody wanted them to do when it came to putting multiplayer. So I understand exactly what you're saying. It is what it is. Like a lot of times, Capcom used to do this a lot. Capcom used to test out engines and stuff like that before they released it on the main game. They like to do a side quest. So did Square Enix. A lot of companies do that. The next Halo in the main line of Halo, continuing the story, not starting the story, is going to be an Unreal Engine 5. It's going to have multiplayer. I don't know how they're going to work the multiplayer. Is the multiplayer going to be available for everyone while the single player is only available for Xbox? I don't know how they do this thing. Again, I would hate to be in Xbox shoes going forward. But the conversations that we do have going around with this stuff right now is Xbox is building their platform going forward, getting us to Project Helix. And with little things along the way, you're going to start realizing bridging the gap to the PC, turning it into one whole unit while removing those barriers is going to start to look more and more seamless as that launch date actually arrives. And I can say that with pure confidence because pure Xbox and my man Craig Reed over here, Xbox is adding a new feature to optimize download speeds for games. Now, are they going to utilize a fast throughput SSD that PlayStation utilized with the PlayStation 5? I think PlayStation, if they had given the opportunity, would have walked that back. It became a situation where all you needed was software technique in order to mitigate that. And I think they would have went with a better CPU to GPU ratio, and they would have never had to go with a Pro. But again, everybody does how they want to. All right, so it looks like Xbox is working to improve download speed for console game installs and updates. Today, July 23rd, select members of the Alpha Skip Ahead Ring and the Xbox Insider Program begin testing a new update that aims to optimize games install and update speeds through the introduction of a smart download client. I was told that this was going to be happening. It's happening. I have to go to my Insider Gaming app. I haven't been on my Insider app because I was playing Halo today. I was playing Halo while I was downloading Hell is Us. Hell is Us is inside Game Pass today, and I waited for that game. Why? Because I'm not at the point any longer where I'm just buying games just to buy games the day they come out and don't have time to play games. I actually buy the game, then play the game, right? And I was like, I'll get around to buying that game. It was very interesting. And it's inside Game Pass. I downloaded it and said, you know what? I got to make time for this game. If testing go well, the features will likely roll out to the lower Xbox Insider rings before an eventual public release in upcoming weeks and months ahead. Here's what the engineers have to say. Users would experience a new feature optimizing to game installs and update speeds by introducing a smart download client. Shortly after your game downloads begin, the client will check which content servers are available for the install or update. It will then test the connection speed to each server pool and select the fastest available connection for that install. That speed will then rerun periodically during the install or update to ensure that the client continues to use the fastest available connection. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I expect. I expect innovation in spaces where you have these servers all across the world. And it doesn't make any sense if you give me a server that is furthest away from me. You should give me a server that is closest to me that can best optimize the downloads in order for me to get into my game as fast as possible. Now, of course, Xbox does give me the ability to cloud stream my game while the download is happening in the background. And maybe this can happen in conjunction with each other while I start playing the game and I can download in the background. And while it's downloaded in the background, around is jumping from server to server to see which one is fastest to get me that game native as quickly as possible. Now, we are at the point where Xbox is throwing balls to the wall. Pause. This move here is something that we heard in the background as a rumor. And I personally told you everything that goes on with these people, I'm starting to believe it to be true. Whatever it is, if it's good or if it's bad, it's because they have mastered in this short period of time how they control leaks and information spills. And that means it's controlled. It's a controlled environment, even if it's bad, right? So when somebody says, yo, yeah, Xbox is doing, I believe it. Because it hasn't been a point where nothing that I've heard has been false. Now, we've heard that the ad tier was coming to Xbox, and we heard that it was supposed to be a free thing, but we didn't know how they was going to go about it. Well, needless to say, it's an absolute free thing that you don't need Game Pass in order to make it happen. Why is this a huge thing? It's a huge thing in the sense that, let's say that you're against subscriptions. Let's say you say to yourself, well, I just want to buy the console. And I don't really care about being tethered to it in the manner that this corporation is trying to make me link to it. And you brought your game, but you're in another room and you have a device and you just want to just stream it just for whatever reason. And you don't have Game Pass. This is an option. And somebody over there is willing to try all of this stuff in order to break new ground in areas to be competitive. This is brought to you by Pure Xbox and my man Frazier Gilbert, the unofficial, official K&N news reporter. Xbox introduces free game streaming with ads, outlines 5 principles that they adhere to. Rolling out now as a test for Xbox Insiders. Now, the Xbox Insider program, I'm not going to say yay or nay for you if you want to be part of it. I'm going to tell you the pitfalls. Previously, on the Xbox One, I was part of the Insider program, and I had the Call of Duty console. Well, it bricked my console. I was furious. I went out, got a new one, went to GameStop. They didn't have any more Call of Duty ones because it was a limited edition. What they did give me back was my money. And what I did pick up, I think I picked up like the Halo console or the Gears console or whatever. I know it was another custom console, but I never got it. It was a Star Wars one. Yeah, because it was R2D2 or 3CPO sound on it. Or no, R2D2 sound when you pressed it or when it turned on or whatever. I never got a chance to get the Call of Duty one, and I liked the Call of Duty one. I really did. But never got it. Now, as I'm being on the series consoles, I haven't had an issue. And I have 2 of them hooked up to my Insider. I have a Series S and a Series X that's hooked up to the Insider. Now, there has been rumors for a while now that Xbox might be planning to introduce a form of ad support for the tier for the Xbox Cloud Gaming. And now they announced that they're introducing the idea as a test with Xbox Insiders. Basically, the way it works is that you get a 1-hour slot to stream select games from your library through the cloud without requiring any form of Xbox Game Pass membership. Ads will play before a session begins, and then you'll seemingly be left alone for the duration of your slot. It appears that you can stream free-to-play games as well. Xbox says this can be useful for a whole bunch of reasons. For many players, the device they already own now allows them to stream games with Xbox. Cloud can also help Xbox One owners play newer games built for Xbox Series consoles without needing to purchase the new hardware right away. You know what? I never thought about that because, again, I don't care for last generation. I don't have sympathy. But if you are a owner of an Xbox One and you happen to want to try, I think this works well for you. That can be especially meaningful in places where consoles are harder to find or less affordable, giving more players another way to access great games on devices they already have. Interesting, they also try to alleviate concerns about introducing ad-supported services in this way, suggesting that they have to be built with the player in mind and they will help lower the cost of access when well done. As a result, they'll be adhering to these 5 principles when it comes to ad-based services. We start with the player. Ads should create value. We do not interrupt the flow of gameplay. We hold ads to the same quality bar as our content. We're clear about what's advertising. We make sure ads fits what players expect on each platform. Again, it's a test right now, and the team said they are learning and they will continue to improve based upon player feedback. We assume it won't go fully public for a while yet results are still being formed, but we'll be sure to let you know when it does. Blah, blah, blah. And I like that. I like that they listen to the players. I like that they listen to the customer. I like that they take feedback and they implement action. They just don't take feedback and just sit back. They talk about it. Matthew Ball came out today, and that was part of Matthew Ball's fixing of the conversation. This new Xbox doesn't allow any rhetoric to run in the background. It actually stomps out any misinformation where it sees it. And I appreciate that, because as a consumer, if you want my dollar, then you got to show that I matter enough for you to give me an answer to a question that I may have. You got to show that you're willing to make sure that I'm comfortable enough doing business with you, because this is exactly what it is. This is a business transaction. You're offering something I'm purchasing. If I'm not comfortable with what you're offering and I need clarity on what you're offering, please provide clarity. Don't tell your staff to shut up, don't say anything, and let's act like this thing is not happening when damn well we know it is. Sony, you really need to speak up, because you have a lot of people out here waiting and hoping that you would say something about what you're going to do. And stop leaving it up to Xbox to fix the damn mess that you've made. Because Xbox is going to fix disc to digital. They're going to find a way to allow you to stream your games without being a part of their services. You know what they do best? This is brought to you by Pure Xbox and Craig Reed. Call of Duty adds new classic matchmaking in response to Black Ops 1 and 2 ports. Some would argue that, you guys listen. You guys like what you like. I'm not a Call of Duty head like that. I can't tell you what's dope in Call of Duty and what's not. I promise you, you won't ever have me on this platform telling you Call of Duty heads, what's dope. I don't know. I just see you guys play and I'm like, good, you're having a good time. But you guys have given feedback. And Black Ops 7 is going to take that feedback that you gave back to the Call of Duty teams, and they're going to implement some of that stuff from, I guess, Black Ops 1 and 2 inside 7. Some will argue games were better back in the day. And as Season 5 of Call of Duty Black Ops 7 rolls out with a new matchmaking system inspired by Black Ops titles, classic Black Ops titles, the statement might actually hold some truth, at least for today. In a post on the official Call of Duty Twitter account reflecting the lessons learned over the past year and some joy over the positive response to the recent PlayStation 5 ports of Black Ops and Black Ops 2, over the past year we continued a lot of multiplayer matchmaking through our player data and community feedback. We have also excited to see all the recent love for the Black Ops and Black Ops 2, which reinforce that there are many elements of those experiences that players appreciate. starting this week, season 5. Oh, let's get back to that. Edwin, let's go.
At Edwin Cloud donated $2 through Super Chat. I hope the BO1 and BO2 ports get released on Xbox.
You know what you need to do? You need to go to the player voice and put that there. If enough of you guys, and I've seen it, if enough of you guys stand up and make that a thing, these guys listen. You're not just talking to the void over there. This week, starting this week, season 5, we're updating Black Ops Classic, Quick Play, and Party games in Black Ops 7 with new matchmaking system inspired by those classic games. And this is brought to you by you guys. Not by just because they just thought about it in the void. No, it was about your guys' dedication, your guys' commitment, and your guys being vocal. If you could take the time out to fight on Twitter, then you could take the time out to say exactly what you want. See, gaming is supposed to inspire happiness, joy, and fun. And if you're not having fun, if you're not experiencing joy, if there's no happiness in your gaming, then try to figure out exactly what's going on to get that to that place. But with that being said, you know tomorrow's Fight Night Friday. You know tomorrow what we're going to do. We're going to make it happen, Captain. We're going to get busy. And I swear for God, I cannot wait to play that beta of Token Fighting Souls. Now, I know a lot of you guys are like, yeah, I can't kick it. Go play it on Steam then, man. I don't care. But you see these guys behind me? Oh, hell to the yes. I can't wait. Any new game where I get a chance to take control over Marvel characters, boy, I told you I brought Disney Infinity. The character, I still got him over there because I love those characters. It's just simple. It is. I am a fool for it. I am a sucker for it. I don't give a damn what you say. I'm in it to win it. And listen, I had the Nintendo. Was I playing it on my Wii? I think I was playing it on my Wii U. I think that's why I just still see I got my Wii U, right? I was playing it on my Wii U. Buddy, don't play with me. But tomorrow's up, and it's Fight Night Friday, and we're gonna have some fun. But I want you to do what I'm about to do that you should be doing, because I gotta go play Hell Is Us. It's inside Game Pass right now. If you didn't know, go get that. Go get that. Go get that. Go make that happen. I want you to go with game is game and win is win. And I want you to try to play the Game Pass. But here come Bella. But before you play the Game Pass, I told you I'm the unmitigated best at this. And if you got anybody better than me, then put them up.
What's a man or a king? What's it saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot what said as you claim it. It's that Xbox. Spin the block, his legs live. Fast talking, no riddling. Moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That flash making a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the sea, you know that it's scorching. What's a man or a king? What's it saying? Advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot what said as you claim it.
You already know the time. Told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds. Leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king. Leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war. Just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from? What you running from? I'm with my team. We bleed green. That's what you wanted, huh? Said what you running from? What you running from? I'm with my team. We bleed green. That's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?